Hey guys, I'm the 50s Kid. In this video, I want to talk about the E90 and the E90 parts that I just acquired from a junkyard. Let me show you. Wow, check it out guys. I scored here. Now, I'm not the type of person who likes to pat himself on the back a lot. I really am not, but I thought that this was kind of cool just because the sheer number of parts I was able to find off of one car in the junkyard. And really the secret is you just got to get there first, which I was able to do. The thing showed up like Friday morning and I just decided to take Friday off work, and because I got a lot of vacation time built up, don't we all? And I decided to head down there and see what I could grab, and there was a lot still left on the car. So obviously I acquired the whole oil cooler system along with the different oil filter housing, along with a cap, another cap, don't need another cap. But yeah, this was kind of a find, and it's in a sort of okay shape. It's not perfect. I believe this is a little bent right here compared to that, and this is not supposed to be down so much. I think this is supposed to be flat like this. So this one might be a little bit damaged, and you see that there's like a grommet right here. There's supposed to be two grommets here as well, and those were missing on the car that I found this on. And there's also supposed to be a piece of trim that attaches to the front here. That's what these grommets are for. Here and here, there's a piece of trim that attaches right there, because this sits in the passenger side footwell, or the passenger side wheel well behind the bumper. And it's supposed to channel the air coming in where, you know, there's like a little cutout in the grill of the bumper, and that it's supposed to take the air and pass it over this. And that piece of trim was missing, as well as the trim that was in the fender liner. The fender liner trim, that's actually different. It has a cutout on the back for this thing, and that trim was missing on that car. But I did grab it from another car, which I'll get into. Then I actually had to go back twice because I didn't realize, well, I think I did realize that you have to take this bumper bracket with you, because that's what this mounts to right here. And the one on my car does not have this particular bracket. It's just, imagine that this piece was cut off right here. That's what I have. And I remember saying to myself, oh, I should take that. And I forgot to take it. So I had to go back the next day, which sucked because it's like over an hour from my house. Let's see. And then I grabbed some of these pieces of trim because I damaged one of mine. And then this, I thought that this was nicer than mine, but it was a little dirty in the junkyard. Once I cleaned it up, I realized that it's kind of just as worn as the one I have, but it wasn't that much money. 6 fuel injectors. Now, the one thing I wanted to share with you is like the prices that for these things. I mean, you guys know these fuel injectors, if you want to get them brand new, they're just a ridiculous price. I think it's going to cost you $1,500 depending on where you buy them. And you might be able to find used ones. These are Index 10s, by the way. Actually, no, I'm sorry. They're Index 9s, which is older. You want the Index 12s now, but still Index 9 is really good. These were, believe it or not, let me find the part price here. These were $5.12 each. So that's kind of crazy. I mean, I just couldn't pass it up. This thing was about $12. So that wasn't too bad. Let's see, the oil filter, the engine oil cooler, $12.79. The hoses were about $3.48 each. Crazy. The oil filter housing, each half of this, I think was, wait, was it 2 halves? No, I think it was 1. I think they just charged $12.50 for this right here. That's crazy. It would be $300 for one half of it, and then another $120 for the other half if you want to buy them new. Super crazy. I got a high pressure fuel pump. Just nice to have a spare. I don't know how many miles are on it, but you never know. And that one for a fuel pump, that one was $19.99 for a high pressure fuel pump. Of course, we know that's a lot more expensive if you want to buy them new. And now, of course, headlights, those were $27.26 each. Why did I get them? I'm not sure when you're going to see this video. It might be before or after my headlight repair video, but I will go over what I encountered in that video anyway. The wiring right here was super cracked, and this one's actually starting to crack as well. I mean, this is just a common problem on these, but this particular wiring, especially around this area on mine, is just, it's just all super deteriorated. And I already did a repair on it where I put heat shrink tubing over them and kind of got it a little better, but this wiring is much better than mine, so I figured I'd grab it just cuz. Now there was a guy who was already there and he was picking parts off of this, so he kind of picked I think it wasn't this one, it was this one right here. He was picking off of, because this is the one that I repaired, this is the one I was having problems with. So he took like the motor from right here, and he took the modules that control the adaptive headlights and stuff. So he took a couple of things. Looks like this is not snapped in anymore, but it doesn't matter. But I primarily, like, I got them because of the igniters, and I ended up using the igniter from this one in the repair of my headlights. So, because my headlight igniter was dead. So yeah, that's why I got them, just because they were so cheap, and it's good to have another igniter. I have another igniter in this one, and I actually did get a third one off of another car, because it was a crazy weekend where like three 335s showed up in the junkyard. 3 unicorns showed up within 2 days, which is just never happens. But when I got to that car, there were guys already there taking, like, they took the manual transmission out of that car. The funny thing is, the guy who was taking the parts off of this one, he told me that there's like some guys who show up to every 335 that has a manual right away, and they take it and they resell it online. So those must have been the guys that I saw the next day. But yeah, I grabbed, that car had 2 mismatched headlights. It had one adaptive and one regular one. So I grabbed this one because they didn't want it. And you know, the wiring is a little more, maybe a little more cracked on this one, but it has the missing parts from that one. So I can, you know, I can make 2 good headlights out of, or I can make 1 good headlight out of 2 bad ones, or 2 incomplete ones. So that's kind of cool. And then in that junkyard, that was the second junkyard I went to, I got one of these, and all 6 of these are mostly intact. There's just a little piece missing from right here, but this is the middle part is what matters for the little wiring harness to stay snapped in. So I've been looking for that for a little while, and now I got one. And I got this piece of trim where the oil filter, the oil cooler goes. So the oil cooler kind of goes like this. It goes like that in front of that piece of trim, right? And then there's supposed to be a little door in the back, another little piece of trim to kind of cover that with like, you know, louvers in it to kind of let the air escape. And that piece of trim was missing, but I'm sure I will find it as time goes on. Anyway, that's kind of it. I mostly just wanted to kind of share the prices for all these things, because it was kind of crazy. I got a lot for a very little amount of money, which you don't normally get at these junkyards. Sometimes you're going for a part, and you know, it could be like a little sensor, and they charge you $60 because they only have 1 entry in the computer for, you know, a computer module or an engine computer or something. And it's like, you know, sometimes you get kind of ripped off. But in this case, I did not. I kind of made out, and I'm really happy. It's nice to have some spare parts, and I've got some ideas for videos. Obviously, we're going to install this on my car. I'll make sure it's cleaned out and everything. And we'll do a video about converting your non-oil cooler early N54 engine to one with an oil cooler. And you know, that's probably it for the most part. But yeah, it's kind of cool, and just wanted to kind of show you what I got and what you can get too if you can get there soon enough. So that was kind of cool, and I thought I'd share. And you know, now you've seen some news on some maybe upcoming videos, oil cooler install, and maybe some headlight refurbishment, a headlight refurbishment video. I definitely want to do one where I clean up the headlights using, you know, when you sand them and then you polish them. Definitely got to do that. I've done that before, but maybe it doesn't last that long. I did that on my E46, and it really doesn't last very long. You see how they're kind of yellowed at this point? It's been 3 years. So I do have head lenses for this, so that'll be a video too. I still have them. I'm going to do that. But replacing the lenses on the E90 headlights is a lot more difficult. You have to heat it up with a heat gun because there's an adhesive. I did that before in a video on the other E46 I worked on, the Black Savage. Those coupe headlights were kind of like that. But I think I would do a little bit better job this time and replace the adhesive completely, because you can do that, and maybe just clean the whole thing up and restore it back to normal. That might be an interesting video. So 2 different headlight video ideas there. Anyway, just want to share that, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more. I'm the 50s Kid. Thanks a lot for watching.